The ocean is basically the universe's basement, vast, creepy, and filled with things no one wants to find. Scientists have explored space more than they've mapped the deep sea, which is a polite way of saying, we have no idea what's down there. And every time we do find something, it's either an ancient civilization that shouldn't exist, a Lovecraftian nightmare, or undeniable proof that humans should just stay on land. From ghost cities swallowed by time to mysterious bottom-dwelling creatures, we're diving into 15 ocean discoveries that should not exist. Not because we can't explain them, though in some cases we can't, but because they challenge everything we thought we knew. Strap in, hold your breath, and whatever you do, don't look down. Number 15. The Crystal Pyramids of the Bermuda Triangle. Pyramids in the Bermuda Triangle? Yeah, because that's what we needed. More mystery in the most cursed ocean region on Earth. Reports about massive glass-like pyramids resting 2,000 meters beneath the Bermuda Triangle have circulated since the 1960s. Dr. Ray Brown, a diver who claimed to have seen them, described an eerily smooth, translucent structure with a bizarre energy surrounding it. He even said he retrieved a piece of it, until, conveniently, a storm destroyed his camera equipment. Skeptics call this a legend. But then, in 2012, oceanographers using sonar detected pyramid-like formations exactly where Brown claimed they were. Some theorists believe they could be remnants of an ancient civilization, possibly Atlantis, or alien-made power stations submerged long ago. Either way, if crystal pyramids the size of skyscrapers are sitting at the bottom of the ocean and no one's talking about it, something weird is going on. Number 14. The underwater city of Xicheng. When people say a city vanished overnight, they usually mean metaphorically. Xicheng, however, literally disappeared beneath the waves in 1959, swallowed whole to make way for a hydroelectric dam. Located at the bottom of Qiandao Lake, this 1,400-year-old city is so well preserved, it looks like it sank yesterday. And unlike Atlantis, we actually know this one existed. It was a thriving metropolis during the Ming and Qing dynasties, with intricate archways, detailed carvings, and stone streets perfectly intact. But here's the creepy part. The city wasn't abandoned when it was flooded. Thousands of people were forcibly relocated, leaving behind their homes, possessions, and, according to some divers, strange statues that seem to have changed positions over time. If that's not unsettling enough, many divers report feeling a presence watching them, despite the city being lifeless. Or so we think. Number 13. The Greenland Humanoid. Deep in the Greenland Sea, a submarine crew recorded something that made them question their entire career choice. As their vessel hovered in the abyss, a massive webbed hand suddenly pressed against their viewing window. Before they could process what was happening, a humanoid sea creature darted away, disappearing into the darkness like it was never there. The footage, which has been debated for years, shows a pale, elongated figure with large black eyes and webbed fingers. Some scientists say it's an undiscovered species adapted for deep-sea life. Others think it's just a well-timed hoax. But here's the problem. Multiple submarines have reported similar encounters. Theories range from evolutionary offshoots of early humans to something much older than humanity itself. And considering the ocean's love for keeping secrets, it wouldn't be shocking if these things have been lurking down there, watching us for centuries. If true, we might not be the apex species we thought we were. Number 12. The Bimini Road, Atlantis' driveway. In 1968, divers off the coast of Bimini Island, Bahamas, stumbled upon what looked like an ancient man-made road at the bottom of the ocean. The stones were massive, perfectly cut, and arranged in a straight line, exactly like a cobblestone street leading somewhere. Well, conspiracy theorists screamed Atlantis, while scientists, being the killjoys they are, say natural erosion. But here's the thing. This natural formation consists of uniform, rectangular blocks laid out too precisely to be random. Further explorations revealed that the road extends even deeper, possibly connecting to structures hidden beneath centuries of sediment. Some dudes believe it could date back over 10,000 years, making it one of the oldest man-made structures ever found. Either it's evidence of an ancient civilization we haven't acknowledged, or Poseidon really liked his driveway neat. Number 11. The mysterious structures off the coast of Cuba. In 2001, a Canadian research team using sonar mapping equipment in the deep waters off Cuba found something they weren't prepared for: a vast underwater city with massive stone structures. The formations, some as tall as 131 feet, are arranged in pyramids, circular plazas, and even what looks like highways. They resemble structures found in Mayan and Aztec ruins, but they sit nearly 2,200 feet below the surface, meaning they'd have to be at least 50,000 years old. For reference, 50,000 years ago, humans were just figuring out how to make fire. So either we got our timeline completely wrong, or someone else built this place. Theories range from a lost pre-Ice Age civilization to aliens, because at this point, why not? Despite efforts, no one has fully explored the site, because of course the Cuban government restricted access. If this city really exists, it could rewrite history, and maybe that's exactly why it's being kept under wraps. Number 10. The Great Blue Hole. Belize's Great Blue Hole looks like something straight out of a sci-fi horror movie. A giant underwater sinkhole, 984 feet across and 410 feet deep, it's already creepy on its own. But it's what's at the bottom that makes it truly disturbing. In 2018, an expedition sent a submarine all the way down, expecting to find maybe some fossils or cool rock formations. Instead, they found thousands of conch shells and animal bones, all eerily lined up along the edges of what seemed like a toxic zone. The deeper they went, the worse it got. At around 300 feet, the water turns into a deadly layer of hydrogen sulfide, an oxygen-free zone where nothing survives. Divers call it the Twilight Zone, a place where anything that enters never comes back. Here they also found human remains. Because of course they did. Some of them belong to divers who vanished years ago, forever trapped in the Great Blue Hole's graveyard. This is scary. Number 9. The Baltic Sea Anomaly. In 2011, a group of deep-sea treasure hunters searching for shipwrecks in the Baltic Sea stumbled upon something no one could explain. Lying 300 feet below the surface was a massive circular object, 200 feet across, resembling the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars, or, a crashed alien spaceship. The object has unnatural symmetrical lines, a staircase-like structure, and what looks like a runway leading up to it. Sonar scans show a strange electromagnetic interference around it, meaning electronic equipment malfunctions when getting too close. Scientists argue it could be a glacial deposit, but there's one major problem. It doesn't match any known natural formations. If it's just a random pile of rocks, why does it appear to have a perfectly round shape and artificial-looking features? The team that found it still believes it's something not of this world, but the truth behind it, no one knows. Number 8. The Michigan Triangle's underwater Stonehenge. If you thought the Bermuda Triangle was the only place where strange disappearances happen, think again. The Michigan Triangle has a history of vanishing ships, planes, and entire crews. In 2007, divers found a Stonehenge-like structure sitting 40 feet below the surface. The formation consists of large, precisely arranged stones, some even aligned in a perfect circle. One rock features a carving of what appears to be a mastodon, an animal that went extinct over 10,000 years ago. How did these stones get there? Did an ancient civilization build them before Lake Michigan even existed? If so, that would mean people lived there long before recorded history tells us they should have. Some believe this site was once a ceremonial or sacred place, now lost beneath the lake. Others think it could be evidence of a pre-Ice Age society wiped off the map. Number 7. The Japanese Yonaguni Monument. Off the coast of Yonaguni, Japan, divers discovered something so bizarre that experts still can't agree on whether it's natural or man-made. At a depth of 100 feet, there lies a massive submerged stone structure featuring perfectly cut staircases, terraces, and geometric patterns. The entire formation looks like a sunken city with what resembles a pyramid-like temple, roads, and walls. Some researchers believe it could be the remains of a lost civilization that existed over 10,000 years ago, back when sea levels were much lower. But here's where it gets weirder. Some of the stone surfaces show tool marks, carvings, and even what appear to be petroglyphs. This suggests human involvement, yet geologists argue that natural erosion could have shaped the monument over thousands of years. So, did an advanced ancient society build this before being swallowed by rising oceans? Or is it just Mother Nature flexing her design skills? The debate continues, but one thing's for sure. This is no ordinary rock formation. Number 6. The graveyard of World War II ships in Chuk Lagoon. Imagine swimming over a sunken battlefield, where entire warships, tanks, and planes lie frozen in time. That's exactly what you'll find in Chuk Lagoon, a remote spot in the Pacific that serves as an underwater cemetery for over 60 Japanese warships and 250 aircraft. In 1944, the U.S. launched Operation Hailstone, a brutal two-day assault that left the Japanese fleet completely obliterated. The wreckage remains untouched, making it one of the largest underwater war grave sites in history. But the eeriest part? Many of these wrecks still contain human remains. Divers exploring the lagoon often stumble upon skulls, bones, and personal artifacts from the doomed soldiers who never made it out. Gas masks, uniforms, and even half-melted teapots sit eerily preserved beneath the water. It's a site of both historical significance and deep unease. Number 5. The giant cannibal shark. In 2003, scientists tracking a 9-foot-long great white shark off the coast of Australia made a discovery that left them completely baffled. The shark's tracking tag, which recorded temperature and depth changes, was suddenly dragged 1,900 feet down in seconds. But here's the terrifying part. The temperature reading spiked from cold ocean water to 78 degrees Fahrenheit, indicating that the shark had been swallowed whole by something much, much bigger. What could eat a 9-foot apex predator in one bite? Theories range from a colossal, undiscovered deep-sea shark to a prehistoric megalodon that never went extinct. Some researchers suggest it may have been a massive squid or even an orca, but the sheer speed of the attack suggests something far larger and more powerful. Whatever it was, it remained unseen, lurking in the dark, uncharted depths of the ocean. Number 4. The ghost ship of the Arctic, SS Beichimo. Most ghost ships sink. This one refused to die. The SS Beichimo, built in 1914, was an Arctic cargo ship used for trading along the frigid coast of Canada. In 1931, it became trapped in pack ice, forcing the crew to abandon ship and take shelter in a nearby town. They assumed the ship would sink. It didn't. Instead, it broke free from the ice on its own and drifted completely unmanned for the next 38 years. Sailors, explorers, and even Inuit hunters reported spotting the Beichimo aimlessly floating through Arctic waters. Some tried to board her, but every time someone got close, the ship would vanish, sometimes into fog, sometimes into storms. The last recorded sighting was in 1969, nearly 4 decades after she was abandoned, but no wreckage was ever found. Number 3. the disappearance of the Orang Medan's crew. In 1947, an eerie distress signal was picked up from the SS Orang Medan, a Dutch cargo ship sailing near Indonesia. The chilling message simply said, "All officers, including the captain, are dead lying in the chart room and bridge, possibly whole crew dead." Moments later, another transmission came through. Just two final words: "I die." When rescuers arrived, they found the entire crew dead, their bodies frozen in expressions of sheer terror. Their eyes were wide open, their mouths agape, and their arms reaching out as if trying to fend off some unseen horror. There were no signs of struggle or injury, no damage to the ship. It was like they had all just dropped dead mid-scream. Even creepier? As soon as investigators boarded, the ship mysteriously caught fire and exploded. To this day, no one knows what killed them. Number 2. The Severed Feet Mystery. If you ever take a peaceful stroll along the beaches of the Pacific Northwest, there's a small chance you might stumble upon something horrifying: a human foot, still inside a sneaker, washed up on the shore. Since 2007, over 20 severed human feet have mysteriously appeared on beaches along the coast of Canada and the United States. No bodies, no explanations, just feet. Most are right feet, still inside their running shoes, as if they had been neatly cut off and tossed into the ocean. But here's the kicker: none show signs of violent removal. No knife marks, no tearing. It's like they just detached. Theories? Some think these are victims of drowning accidents, their feet separating due to natural decomposition. Others believe it's the work of a serial killer who only collects feet, because, regular murder isn't weird enough. Either way, something deeply disturbing is happening in the Pacific that we don't know. Number 1. The 52 Hertz Whale. In the vast, empty expanse of the Pacific Ocean, there is a whale that no other whale can hear. Dubbed the 52 Hertz whale, this mysterious creature sings at a frequency of 52 hertz, far higher than the calls of any known whale species. Every year it travels alone across the ocean, singing into the void, never receiving a reply. First detected in 1989, scientists have tracked its movements, but no one has ever seen it. Is it a mutated blue whale, a new species, or is it the last of its kind, doomed to roam the ocean in eternal solitude? Unlike other creepy discoveries, this one is just heartbreaking. Imagine being the only one of your species, calling out in hopes of finding someone, only to be met with silence for your entire life. The 52 Hertz whale remains one of the most mysterious and tragic anomalies in ocean history. And somewhere out there, it's still singing. If you've enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.